All right, so I had a question in one of the comments the other day about age gap relationships in Thailand. And the guy basically asked, is there a problem with age gap dating in Thailand? How is it different than the Philippines? I've answered that question generically, but we're going to dig in a little deeper this time around. So if you're wondering about age gap relationships and is it all what it's cracked up to be here in Thailand, we're going to dig in right now. Are you ready? Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, what's up? It's JJ, the Lonely Bull in Asia, here at the Laughing Tiger, having my tiger. We're in Thailand, we're in Bangkok, one of my favorite, if not the favorite city of mine. But the question was, what's the dating age gap relationship here in Thailand as opposed to, say, the Philippines? So I've always talked about this on a generic level, basically saying, yeah, you can date younger Thai women if you're older, but the age gap isn't as great as, say, the Philippines or maybe some other countries that I haven't been to yet. So we're going to dig a little deeper into that, okay? So are you ready? First of all, let's talk about some things that maybe aren't talked about so much. One of them is the economic realities of dating here in Thailand. Thai women date for a couple of reasons. One is security, both financial and emotional. They want a better future for themselves. So not unlike the Philippines, but maybe not to the extent that the Philippines date older men, because basically if you're a young Filipino and you're dating an older man, it's mostly about financial security because, let's just face the facts, the Philippines is a poorer country than Thailand overall. You know, they want a practical relationship. They want a better future. When I say practical relationship, the practical part is if I am in a relationship with this foreigner and he's got some money that I don't have, that's the practical part of it. This guy can take care of me, or if I'm a single mom, take care of my kid or kids. There's always that possibility. Now, I don't think there are as many single moms here in Thailand as there are in the Philippines, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. And so that's always part of the equation, if you will, that if you're taking care of a Thai woman, you may be taking care of her kids as well. The next thing is the traditional family dynamics. Now, in the Philippines, the dynamic is her parents are number one, top on the list. Her kids, if she has kids, are number one, above the parents, and then her siblings, brothers and sisters. So you may, if they've got all three of those still kicking, you may be fourth on that list of what's important in her life. I don't know that it's quite like that in Thailand. I haven't come across that big an issue, whereas in the Philippines I have quite often. You're really a second-hand citizen when it comes to Filipinas and their family. So you need to understand that or set those ground rules before you even get any deeper into a relationship with a Filipina. Now in Thailand, it may not be that big a deal, but not to say that it's not. You just have to understand the whole structure of the family here in Thailand. I know family is a big thing in Thailand, just like the Philippines, maybe even more so. But as far as the financial responsibility of a foreigner taking care of a Thai family, I don't know that that's as big an issue. Probably because there aren't as many poor Thai families here in Thailand as there are poor Filipino families in the Philippines. Now, I don't have any raw data to back any of that up. I just know that in general, the economy is a little better in Thailand than it is in the Philippines. So you're probably not going to run into those issues as much. You know, but still, your partner is going to want some sort of financial stability. They want to have that stable lifestyle that you might provide for her, and especially rural women. So not so much here in Bangkok, because most of the women in Bangkok, they work. So they're professionals, they're career oriented, they're educated. So you're not going to run into the issue of, oh, you got to take care of me. Not to say that that doesn't come up, but maybe not to the extent of if somebody lives out in the countryside or the provinces around Thailand, then you may have that issue a little more, because there's just not job opportunities like there are here in Bangkok. Okay, so number 3 is Thai women find that foreign men are more mature, and so not just mentally, but obviously chronologically, they will date older men, older foreign men, because they find them more mature. And that's what Thai women often look for. The ones I've talked to, that's what they look for. They like the mature men that are stable. They're not the party animals that the younger guys are. So that's not what they look for. They want somebody that's attentive to their needs, that's emotionally stable, also that's available to them, and that's different from the Thai male culture. So the Thai male expectations are a lot different than a foreigner's expectations. So that's kind of what they look for. And so if you're looking at a age gap relationship, that may be a plus for you. All right, number 4, the average age gap for Thai women and foreign men here in Thailand is about 10 to 15 years. Now, there are outliers, obviously. I know a lot of foreigners that marry or date close to their age. So if they're 50, they want to date somebody that's right around that age, or 60 or even 70. But I've also seen on the other end of the spectrum where you see a lot of foreign guys that are dating very young Thai women. And I don't know what the situation is, whether it's love or more of a transactional thing, but it is a long-term relationship, whatever the case may be. So there are those outliers on both sides, but I would say probably the average max age gap is around 10 to 15 years on average. Number 5, let's talk about red flags. So if you're on a dating site, first of all, dating sites aren't the best way to meet Thai women, but if you're on those dating sites, there's some red flags that pop up that I can talk to you about. First of all, if you're looking for a younger Thai woman, say you're in your 50s, 60s, or even close to 70, and you're looking for a Thai woman in her 20s, 30s, maybe up to 40, I'll look for these things. One is, if you're on those dating sites and they don't have anything in their profile, most likely they're looking for something transactional. So they're probably a freelancer. Another way to tell is if they have their Instagram ID or their WhatsApp or Line number right there in their profile, you're going to be one of hundreds of guys contacting her, so you don't want that. So that's probably a freelancer. Another thing is if all her photos are very provocative, meaning she's in skimpy bikinis, skimpy lingerie, or if all her pictures are in different hotel rooms, probably a freelancer. Another thing to tell is if she's always dressed up, very sexy, very fancy, and at all these, say, rooftop clubs or bars, or at different foreign destinations like in Singapore, or in Hong Kong, or in Tokyo, or in Kuala Lumpur. If all of her photos are like that, she's probably high maintenance. So you may want to have second thoughts about contacting her. Now, if you're okay with the high maintenance girls, that's fine. If you can afford that, that's fine. But if you're more of a thrift kind of guy and you want that down to earth, take her home to mom type of girl, that's probably the ones to stay away from. Excessive demands too. So if she's like, I don't want a stingy man, or I want a man that will take care of me or take care of my needs, things like that. Now, that can be taken two ways. Thai women like to be taken care of. They like a man to be in charge. And so that's one thing. But if they want somebody that will take care of all their financial needs and things like that, you have to look for those red flags. because if that's not what you want, then don't even contact them to begin with. And we talked about the high maintenance women. You can tell by the way, the things they wear, the clothes they wear. You know, it's okay to have a couple of those pictures in their profile like that, because personally, I like a girl that can dress up and I can go out and kind of show her off in public, you know, and show how sexy she looks. But I also like that down-to-earth girl that doesn't mind wearing, you know, a t-shirt, shorts, and tennis shoes, you know, just to go out and have a quick dinner or lunch, you know, or get some street food or something like that. So I like I like both ends of the spectrum, so to speak. So I like a woman that can do both. But if you see one that's overbearing, like always dressed up, always wearing really nice clothes and in really nice places, there's your red flag right there. So hopefully these things will help you get a better idea of that whole age gap thing. You know, when we talk about age gap, it's really, if you're an older expat and you really want to date a young Asian girl, your best place is the Philippines. And it's, you know, it's changed a little bit in recent years, but it's still by far your best bet as far as the countries I've been to. Now, I don't know about Cambodia or Laos or some of those countries I haven't been. You can put in the comments below if you know another place in Southeast Asia that might be better as far as age gap dating. But here in Thailand, it's not bad. I mean, I've talked to women that are in their early 30s. So we're talking a 30-year age gap. So, and it's not a bad thing. So it just depends on, you know, who you talk to, where they're from. You know, if they're from the countryside, if they're from Isan or somewhere, then that could be, you might have better luck. But then you're talking about either going out there or having her come here, and then there's a cost involved in that. The other thing is, you know, if they're all transactional, that's another thing. If you're okay with that, then, you know, maybe that's your cup of tea. But if you're looking for a long-term relationship, some of these girls may be okay with it. So you just have to kind of dig in and do it, get your boots on the ground here and see what happens. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And as always, until next time, live life, my friend. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.